Right, I've got everything out and I think I'm getting somewhere, and I need to tackle this from a different angle. If we have a look at these two hoses, this is the UK hose, which is also very out of date. It should have been replaced in 2014. Anyway, it says on there 8mm, and you can see that's how wide the hole is. This is the French one. This, I've now been told, is 6.4mm, which is why it won't go on. You'll probably see this more clearly now. This 8mm nozzle. Now I've tried to get that off to see if there was some kind of other connector, but I phoned up a company in England who told me about this, and what he explained was that the problem wasn't the hose, it was this, the regulator. He said that all of these are the same. They've got a standard 27mm clip here, and I had a look on the instructions for this, and sure enough it says 27mm, and he said that all I need to do, well, there's two things I need to do. One is to buy a different kind of regulator, that instead of having this thread, which is for this French motorhomes, to get one with the nozzle, which would look the same as the nozzle on the van. And then I need to get a piece of hose, ordinary hose, and connect it at both ends with a Jubilee clip, just the way it has been done here for the UK bottle. So it'd be worth getting a couple of pieces of hose to replace this one on the UK gas bottle. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to find another regulator, and I might have to order it from the UK, which would actually be alright, because in France I figured out a way to get mail here. There's a way in which you can have UK mail delivered to any French post office, and since I now have a place to stay where I can stay for a few days, I can be in one place for a few days, which means I can wait for the mail, you see, so that's okay. So even if I have to order from the UK, if I can't, you know, find a shop where I can buy it in France, at least I think I have a way. And I will replace this hose as well, because I think it said 1991, which, oh God, I can't get this camera to focus, there we go, which seems crazy. I mean this motorhome is 99, so how there can be a 91 hose on there, I don't know, but that's ridiculous. So yeah, that needs replacing. So this is my connector, and that I now know is an 8mm bulkhead nozzle. So I'm learning all sorts of stuff that I didn't think I was going to learn about. Just as well I brought some tools with me, isn't it? Fiddling around with all this stuff. But anyway, I'm feeling slightly more hopeful now. Yeah, ringing that English company, it's called SoCal, so shout out to them, thank you for helping me. So, oh, there's a spider down there. I'm not sure why I did that, because when I watch that back, that's going to look huge, and I don't like spiders, which means I'm not going to want to watch my own video. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll update again later, maybe, hopefully. So if the guy from SoCal, who I spoke to today, is correct, then this is what I need. It's a clip-on regulator, which looks just the same as the one that I was given, except for this part. See, this is the same as the connector that's coming out of the van. It's called an 8mm bulkhead nozzle or something, and then you use this hose, which is the same as I have currently on my Cala gas bottle, and it's an 8mm hose, and that simply connects to that on one end and then to the same connector on the other end on my van. So this kit comes with the hose, 2 Jubilee clips, and the regulator itself, and it's only 13 quid. So I've ordered it, and I've ordered priority delivery, and it should arrive on Tuesday. It cost me 6 quid for that. Now, in order to receive it, I'm using something called Poste Restante, which I think is available in many countries, but in France, you simply put your name and then Poste Restante and then the address of the post office, and then you can go and collect it at post office. Now, I had a look around the local post office today, but this is a teeny tiny town, and it's only open for a couple of hours a day, and it doesn't even have a proper address, and it didn't even look like a post office. So I didn't want to risk sending it there, and I didn't want to wait until Monday to go in and ask if they could take parcels there, because I wanted to order it today so I had a chance of getting it earlier on in the week. And so I looked into going back into Brive, which is the big main town, but the problem with that is it's such a big main town that I cannot find anywhere to park the motorhome within walking distance of a post office. But in the end I found something. It's about half an hour away. It's another smallish town, but bigger than this one, but smaller than Brive, but somewhere where I can park pretty close, actually just opposite the post office. So I'm really hoping that it will work, and then it will arrive Tuesday. So in the meantime, I'm just going to stay put for a few days. It's Saturday after the moon at the moment, so I've got a few days. But luckily, as I've said a couple of times before, this location that I'm in is perfect. I've got free electricity and everything, so I can just stay here for a couple of days. And also what I did was I weighed my Cala gas bottle today and found that I've actually hardly used any gas. So I'm obviously not using much for the cooking, so I'm going to reconnect it so that I can at least do some cooking again, because I don't want to just eat cold food, especially as I actually cooked something the other day which has got like 4 portions in the freezer, and I want to use it up, otherwise it will go off. So it's just a waiting game now, and I'll update again next week.